On Independence Day, crowds gathered on the National Mall and in front of the White House to celebrate and watch the fireworks. However, one visitor trekked to D.C. with different plans in mind. Richard Kent, a Texas police officer, and his fellow activist Sean Bosilovick drove all the way to Washington to perform a personal mission of his, to deliver a second Declaration of Independence to President Obama.
Well, really, it's just a revision of the first one. The only thing I really changed was took out the British crown, added the government crown, and the only thing I really added was ISIS for the mercenaries.
Before bringing their declaration to the White House, Officer Kent collected signatures on the National Mall with mixed response.
It's just pretty much giving them a say. It's not saying that we're going to go hang people or anything like that. It's pretty much giving them notice that you guys are being treasonous against the American people, and we need to do something now. They're treasonous.
Before sealing the declaration, Kent and Bosilovick signed a letter to the president claiming that he is a treasonist. They also added one more bizarre element to the package.
Why do you want him to have a bag of dirt from all of the southern states?
Because obviously he's not visited all the southern states. Because how the hell do we have a president sitting in office that didn't know where a Confederate flag was flying in the state capitol? That lets you know that he hasn't visited every state. So let me bring him to him and let him see a little bit of it.
When the pair arrived, the park police were already aware of them.
What's your name?
You guys know mine.
Yeah, what's up, man?
They've been following us all day. We're trying to get this document hand delivered, but we're waiting for somebody of authority to come get the document.
They immediately called in the Secret Service, which searched the pair and even News to Share's photographer.
So, since he didn't know anything about the South, I was going to bring him a little bit of the South from each state as I was passing through. It's coincidentally, I think it was all the Confederate states at one point, except for Florida was the only one I missed.
They were particularly on high alert because Kent had said on social media that he'd be coming to Washington, D.C. armed. However, he left his service weapon in his car. The situation remained tense as darkness fell. As onlookers watched the fireworks, the Secret Service watched Officer Kent and his comrade who was asked to sit down.
Hey, how come it's not red, white, and blue on the White House? It's 4th of July.
I told you I was going to rattle their chains. Just a little bit.
Amidst the fireworks, one officer arrived and heard him out.
I revised the Declaration of Independence. And in the Declaration of Independence, the only thing that I've done is remove the British mercenaries and put ISIS mercenaries. Okay. And then remove the British crown and put the federal government. And if you guys read it, man, it's word for word exactly how our government is running today. If anything, it's going to pique interest. Yeah. What's in the dirt? Hey, is it anthrax or whatever? Because why do you think I'm going to go rattle the Secret Service chain? And I know they try to label me a domestic terrorist or some nonsense like that, but I'm the farthest from it. I'm the most peaceful person that you could ever think of. And the only thing that I just need people to understand that it ain't like that everywhere.
We freaked out a lot of people, which we should. We should be scared. American people are over the bullshit.
Rich and Bosilovick told News to Share that their plan was a success and that they'd return home the next day. But they also said their mission is not over.
We got to take other actions, and I'm not going to say what those actions might be because the FBI is going to come kicking out my door again. But we do what we do in America, and that's just the bottom line. We do what we do. They try to make the militia and the patriots out to be domestic terrorists and wrong. They've just seen that we can mingle with the Secret Service. We talk their language. They're just like us because they know in 20 years they're going to be homeless vets too. Just saying.
For News to Share in Washington, D.C., Ford Fisher.